used to this weather, though. You know, he weathers the storm all the time up there. But Omar, let's start with you as Rivers tries to get after that Patriots team at Gillette today.
Yeah, Philip Rivers saying this Patriots defense is not going to beat itself because they play so well together. You don't see receivers running free in busted coverages. Up front, he told me, yeah, the Patriots sacks may be down, but they still apply so much pressure because they muddy the pocket, applying that pressure from so many different directions. Now, this is Philip Rivers' first playoff game in Foxborough since the 2007 AFC Championship game. Even more than playing through that torn ACL, he remembers they had to settle for field goals in a 21-12 loss. They hope to apply the lesson learned from that day, have to score touchdowns to beat the Patriots here at Gillette Stadium. For more now on the Patriots, let's send it over to Mike Giardi.
Omar, the Patriots look at Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa, the bookend pass rushers for the Chargers, and say they are game wreckers. So Tom Brady says, how do you beat game wreckers like that? You have to be balanced. So we cannot be one-dimensional. We can't be dropping back to pass. Very important that we get a lead early and we're able to control down and distance. And that means a heavy dose of Sony Michel, their rookie running back, and perhaps Rex Burkhead as well. Patriots have run a lot more 21 personnel over the last few weeks, and it has shined for them. 400 yards rushing in their last two games. That will help keep those two guys at bay, Colleen.
Yeah, the Chargers, they've had a hard time, too, with running backs in the passing game, so they got to keep those guys in check. Mike, thank you for that. Patriots usually thrive in the divisional round. In the Brady-Belichick era, the Patriots are 12-2 in the divisional round, their best record in any round of the playoffs. Their last loss was, we got to go back to 2010 to the Mark Sanchez, Rex Ryan Jets.
Can't wait. That's the can't wait game.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a minute. So how can the Chargers pull off the upset against this Patriots team that it's looked vulnerable, and we've talked about it a ton on this show?
Yeah, when you look at that Chargers defense, they ran a penny package last week that totally shut down the second leading rushing team in the National Football League, the Baltimore Ravens. And to see 7 defensive backs on the field and to hold a team that rushed for 153 yards on average to only 90 yards is truly amazing. And I think
they can't do that again, will they?
They can use that same package against the New England Patriots simply because the New England Patriots offense is all about a matchup offense. They try to get their speed on your size or try to get their size on your speed, so to speak, and create advantages that way. And I think defensive backs being in spaces, that's what they want to do. And they showed last week that they can consistently stop the run. Now, the difference is, and like Mike Giardi said, the New England Patriots have been running 21 personnel a lot, meaning they have a fullback in the game. That's the only time I would not run the penny package when there's a fullback in the game, because that's the eyes for the runner, and a fullback will dominate a defensive back.
Well, you're not doing that on 3rd and 15.
No, you're not.
You're not doing that 1st and 10,
right.
and that's when you almost did it. Los Angeles.
Wow, you caught yourself. That was good.
I usually just call them by the team name. I don't know why I decided to go there, and I put that stuff out there. And that's when they're doing it against Lamar Jackson. They're not going to do that in this case. I'm taking it to the other side of the ball. I'm looking at Melvin Gordon. Yes, it's going to be cold up there. Yes, he played football in Wisconsin in college. Last week suffered an MCL sprain in the other knee, not the one he had a couple of weeks ago.
With the knee brace on, he ran better with the knee brace. I'm telling you.
Well, but he's getting used to it during the game.
Since he's been back.
I'm sorry?
He hasn't topped 42 yards in the 3 games.
Because MCL sprains hurt.
Right.
And they make you stiff, and then you can't cut it. But he actually did, from what I gather, he started to feel better this week as the week went on, starting to loosen up a bit. So if they're going to go in there and pull the upset, best way to quiet a crowd, and if you're an underdog, you're going in, run the football.
Well, we saw what Miami did to the Patriots and the Steelers, too. They were able to run all over them.
Well, this offense needs to be better than they were last week, right? Because you saw when Melvin Gordon went down, also just for a limited time, they were not as effective. It all falls on Philip Rivers. But what Anthony Lynn has done is made this team more well-balanced, so it does not rely heavily on Philip Rivers anymore. But also, too, the other thing, going into the playoffs, the last phase that people forget, the third most important phase, special teams. New England is known to having excellent special teams. So that third final phase of the game will be extremely important. And it also gave a boost to the Colts for a little bit of time coming in there when they made a play on special teams. It kind of, it really made that team, lifted their spirits, told them, hey, we actually can play just for a split second. And then also the last final point. Randy was Ralphie's, younger brother on the Christmas story.
Going back
Randy.
to Omar, full circle
Reach
there.
accountability here. Way to
Right.
correct yourself or
That's true.
clean up your mess.
Well, let's get back to Omar actually in Foxborough. Why not right now? Because we're going to see some history on the field today, Omar.
Yeah, Sarah Thomas set to make history once again. First female official in major college football, first full-time female official in the NFL, and now she'll be the first female official to work an NFL playoff game. Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn was asked about Thomas' significance of this milestone. He said it means she's been one of the best of the best. You have to earn your way into the playoff, into the Super Bowl cruise. Hats off to her. She's done an outstanding job. Thomas will be the down judge, number 53 in the official in Ron Torbert's crew this afternoon. For now, let's send it back to number 89 in the studio.
Yeah, so appreciate that, Omar. But I've been on the field. We had her in Baltimore. She came out a few times because Coach Harbaugh would like to have guys and girls or referees at the game so we can always be on alert, lining up correctly, operating the game as if you're in the game. So when you actually play the game, it's deja vu. She has been outstanding. She the first couple of years that she was there, she really kept her mouth closed. She just kind of did her thing like any other new person. But she adapted very quickly. She stand firm with her calls. You couldn't come up to her with any BS. She knew exactly what she was doing. If guys tried to challenge her, she didn't back down. She was like, this is my job. This is what you did wrong, or good catch, or you didn't drag your feet, and she moved on and did her job. So I think it's exceptional, and she will do a perfect job doing in there. And I think she's probably better than some of the other guys.
I was going to say, we've seen some questionable calls this year. So
yes.
That is awesome. I love to hear that. And for all of like the little girls out there, like you can do that too. Just seeing somebody out there that's just like you, that's so important. And it's about time. So that's awesome stuff. Thank you, Omar. And let's move it along here because maybe, just maybe, we'll have another landmark moment at Gillette Stadium today. Could a certain Patriots player...
Which one you talking about? I can't imagine.
I don't know. Is it right there on the screen? Could this be his last game ever?
Ooh.
Ian Rappaport has the scoop coming up next. You don't want to miss that. And let me tell you a little something about the Birds and Breeze. Last time it was a little embarrassing for the Eagles. We're live in New Orleans. I know, for the rematch. Whatever. Get off my back. They can't all be winners, Garofalo.
Good morning.